You mentioned the electric vehicle transition that's just starting, Otto. I know you're a big car guy, and there's a lot of folks that will probably not drive an electric car for a long time, but they're being built now, hundreds and hundreds of thousands. I mean, most of the major automakers are transitioning to almost fully electric, and that's happening very fast. I mean, within the next 3 to 5 years. It's not going to take much to think about millions of vehicles needing to be charged every night or during the day. Maybe speak to that as just from a capacity standpoint, what we're seeing happening on the grid or what's coming.
I think we should learn from California on that this week. Yeah. I mean, okay, we're supposed to, I'm not picking on them. I'm just saying this is something we should learn from. Okay, so we have to all be all electric by 2035. Oh, by the way, don't charge your cars tonight. Yeah. We need to learn from that and make sure that that doesn't happen to the whole nation, and make sure that we have an overall energy policy to adapt to that. And I don't have an electric car yet. When the Enzo Vet comes out, I'm getting one of those. I can tell you that right now. You heard about the Enzo Vet?
No.
Oh, we're going to talk about that later. Okay. Anyway, I'm not saying no, but at the same time, I make a lot. I drove 8 hours to get here. I don't want to stop and charge my car 45 minutes 3 times to get here. Yeah. So that for long trips, I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I want an Enzo Corvette, electric Corvette eventually, and. So I'm not opposed to them at all. I think they're great for short commutes and all that stuff. But I also think that, again, we need to be realistic and have a balanced policy.
And it just needs to be thought through, right? I think that's the thing is if we're going to have 2 or 3 million electric vehicles in the next year or two, we need to think how we're going to build the infrastructure to support it, because I think that's the key to it. We have a hard enough time siting. I mean, you mentioned it earlier. It takes 7 to 10 years to site a transmission line. If we start today, we're not going to have the infrastructure in place. If we get to, in the next 10 years, we get a significant amount of electrical vehicles.
We won't have it. And, right. We're talking about the macro scale, the overall transmission generation grid. Let's not forget about the micro distribution scale. A lot of new neighbors, but even new neighborhoods that were built less than 5 years ago, their underground distribution system was not designed for 2 Teslas in every garage.
Yeah. Yep.
It can't handle that load. So we're going to have to be digging up and rewiring even neighborhoods, even new neighborhoods, just to be able to handle, everybody charging their cars overnight.